Hey there, it's Andrew. I'm going to give you a run through of my perspective of, well, the intent is to do all 6 matches that I participated in from the Forge Premier League qualifier, the last chance qualifier, which was adaptive. So there were something like 70 plus people playing, um, and 6 rounds. The top 10 got to enter the actual league that'll be going on soon. So yeah, so this video is going to be an overview of my first matchup. The deck that I have up here on the screen is the deck that I played against first round. So here it is, and you'll actually see that it has a lot of similarities to Crawley, the deck that I was play. And in fact, I will just say this matchup, a bit of luck involved, but looking through here, you can see it has a strong archive package, logos, 3 Tau Tau Vapors, a lot of archives, and then an Igor to also get through the deck pretty fast. Candle units can be really impactful in the right time. Mimic Gel, super interesting, very flexible. Mimic Gel on Candle unit is going to be interesting. Mimic Gel on Igor could be very good. Mimic Gel on Crassosaurus could be the game altering in the right conditions. Same with like a Retor, things like that. In the Saurian side, we have an interesting setup with Crassosaurus is going to be a power amber swing. Imperial Forge with Crassosaurus, especially with Tribute in there as well, can be really pretty impressive. And if you have amber on your Shrix, the Imperial Forge reduces the cost based on the amber on the Shrix and then can spend off the Shrix. Same with Calipigian. So just a lot of interesting possibilities here. Looking at over at Star Alliance, and then of course Exile Crassosaurus can be very key as well. In Star Alliance, we see Red Alert, that's a board clear against Crawley, that could be very powerful. Stealth mode, Crawley has some nice powerful action, so we got to watch out for that. Tachyon Pulse will exhaust a Voltron creature if we have one, or just any creature upgrade, as well as destroying our Golden Spiral. And then just generally, there's things like Ingram and Chan and Kirby that have a potential to be pretty impactful. So, all right, with that said, let's go ahead and jump watching the video. I'm playing the video on 1.5x just person, so here it goes. Now, we jump in with the game already going on, and please forgive the lack of being here. It's just, it is what it is. So we have, game 1's already progress. I have 3 amber here and a bunch of Saurians already on the board with amber on them, which is a little scary. Strider has pretty good Star Alliance board that they are putting there. And I think this is already a turn 4. I think I had killed some Star Alliance stuff as well. So anyway, but no keys yet. 0 amber on Strider's side. 3, most of it's on my creatures, and then 3 amber on my side. All right, let's go. So he has Ludo out now and Jarda, and I'm just thinking, wow, he can make a lot of amber pretty quickly here, and the punish on the exalts on like the Jarda Retor, if you wanted, can evaporate because so I really need to get this situation under control pretty quickly. Looking at my hand, I have a bunch of Logos. It'd be tempting to go Logos to dump. If I go Star Alliance, I can Quintrino Flux to get a much nicer board state. If I go Saurian, which is what I actually end up doing, then I can fight and wipe the board that way. So I kill the Ludo. I'm less worried about the Jarda once Ludo's dead. And then I, with some things going to 5. Now, Crawley's a slower deck, so I don't need to rush ahead, try to have a high amount of amber. And it's okay that that we're just sitting on 5 here. They're still on 0, and my capturing amber and boosting key cost stay ahead. That's really the game plan here. They go Star Alliance and they use Tachyon Pulse. They kill the Golden Spiral that way. Attaching Chan's Blaster to Chan lets them use the Jarda. I had forgotten that Chan's Blaster has that effect. It's a really powerful effect. And then Reaping with Chan, or fighting, actually fought with Chan in this case, finishing off my Legionary, dealing 2 damage to my Brutodon, finishing it off, and then gets to Reap with the Red Tor as well. So just lots of house cheating and a lot of speed going on there. And then he still has the Ingram to use, and keeps towards the Chan. So really good there. I have 2 Twin Bolt missions in my hand, so it makes a lot of sense here to use them. I'll kill the dinos. I get that amber off the Jarda. It was elusive, so that saves me having to fight it to death. And then drop the 2 creatures out, the Wormhole Technician and the Hapsis. Goes over to him. I'm looking at my hand now, and I'm thinking, okay, if I go Logos, I can maybe get value from the mini Groupthink Tank. I've been laying out my board so that I don't have to kill stuff with the Groupthink Tank. Get the Hapsis on the board, get the Edai on the board. Oh, why do I pop this open? Oh, that's funny. I was trying to figure out how many players could be undefeated. That's funny. And I didn't realize I was recording it. So there you go. Next up, so they go Star Alliance, uses the Chan to kill my Frayne. Gonna get to put 2 damage somewhere, and then has to use the Ingram right away because the Chan says use. It's not a may use. Have to use something. He uses the Ingram to kill my Retor, towards the Chan, and puts a Cloaking Dongle on the Chan. So this board is going to be a real problem. But I still decide to go Logos, and I fight Ingram with the Wormhole Technician, and then fight it with the Hapsis exclusive, because that Cloaking Dongle, put out the Groupthink Tank, put all this stuff out, and I'm going to archive the Quintrino Flex because I'm ahead on board right now, and so it makes sense to do that. Now, Strider forges key 2 here, which is bad for me. I have key 1 and 2 amber in bank, but I have a lot of board control. I had to forge for 7 because of my Quintrino Flex. I have a lot of Logos on the board, so I'm in a pretty good situation. They go Logos, use Tau Tau Vapors, must not have drawn anything good, archive something, play Hologramophone. And then it's like, well, look, I have all this Logos. I need to just use it. So I reap out. I think I kill the Chan here, but I don't remember for sure. Oh, the Neutron Shark is going to be a great tool to kill the Chan. So I do end up reaping with everything. I get to archive a Medic Ingram with the Wormhole Technician. Yeah, Apsis, Reap with the Edai. Now the Groupthink Tank is going to have to kill one of my own things here. I could decide not to use it, or I could kill, if I was going to kill anything, I'd kill the Sanitation. Oh, do I kill itself? Oh, I kill the mini group itself. Partially, I guess, because I'm thinking, hey, if I, oh yeah, I kill that anyway. But I'm thinking, hey, if I left with this board state and reap out with stuff again, then I would rather have the, I don't want to have to worry about them again. Now this is a really nice logo situation, right? 2 cards in archives feed the Edai. I did get to kill the Chan with the Neutron Shark, which is good. it didn't keep going enough to kill the hologramophone. Um, he threatens a key here because he puts a Strix out and a Gargantuan with the Calipigian Ideal, wards them with Ancient Power, and I believe he has 2 Amber on the yeah, because of Failing Strike, he has 2 Amber on the Shrix, I think, on the Gargantuan, which is safer. So yeah, this is kind of scary. He's threatening key 3 right now. I forge key 2 with 2 Amber left over, but this is still dangerous. I go Logos. Now, the danger here, I could go Neutron Shark, but if I don't get enough stuff, I'm going to be in trouble. Luckily, Failing Strike is your friend here, so I reap with the Quant, and I'm going to use the Failing Strike to kill one of these in the tricks. I exalt the, oh, I just clear both their wards. That makes sense. This means that when I use the Neutron Shark, I can definitely kill at least the Gargantuan. And I think I can leave the Shrix or the Hapsis, which actually is probably nicer. Well, I'll should kill the Quant here, yeah. Happy to let Quant go, and then I kill the Hologramophone and the Neutron Shark. As like I won't Hapsis to kill the Shrix. That pops me up to 10 Amber. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have played the mini there, but I did. Puts me at 10 Amber for threatening, which is great. But if you look through that deck there, we know what's coming. I had kind of forgotten about it, but boom, Crasso comes out and captures all 10 of my Amber, exactly 10. Oh, I guess I did anticipate. Yep. Plays Tribute for the Amber. I thought he was going to Imperial Forge right there, and I got very lucky that he didn't have. I mean, the Imperial Forge must have been those last 7 cards. So really, that kind of came down to luck of the draw that he did not have that Imperial Forge there. Be able to pull me off the key, but not to out the game, which is a bummer for him. And he's on 4, so all I need to do is kill the Crassosaurus, putting me on 10, and at this point, as I was doing this, I always, I guess I could have just ended. I'm pretty sure I'd won at that point, but you could forget things. So just, so the reason I play out a situation like that is not because I'm trying to like run victory laps. I could have been forgetting something. So, but he knew he didn't have it, so he did to save us time. We go into game 2, and at this point, it really is. These decks are very close, but when I see this opening hand, I'm very happy because what I can do is I can turn 1. I can only play 1 card anyway. Use Tau Vapors to archive the Crassosaurus. That means I'm going to get to draw a new card, and the Crassosaurus I get to just hold for later. I want the Crassosaurus later, not now. It's a terrible opening hand card, except that I'm going to be able to use it to archive it, right? So it just means I can have it till forever. I know that my deck does not have a Dysania, so it's safe there. He goes Dinos and plays Retrogallum and Odoak. I go Star Alliance, and because of the Kirby, I'm going to get to play 4 cards. So I get rid of this Cutthroat Research because I decided it's not going to be good for a while. I might as well play it now. Play the Stunner on the Chin Can because the Chin Can is harder to kill. And so I might actually get to use it. Of course, then he uses Twin Bolt Emission and kills the Chin Can. Oops. I have 3 Logos cards in hand, so I go ahead and I play them. It's a little annoying because I'm going to keep the Crassosaurus in archives for a good long time here. It means every turn I'm just going to have to say, no, I don't want to pull archives. So I use the Twin Bolt Emissions. I put damage on the Hapsis because that prevents it from getting rolling. If he hits any of my creatures, he can kill 2 out of 3 of my creatures with the Hapsis, but at this point, if he does that, the Hapsis itself will die. So it just saves me from giving him that tool. I have a good Star Alliance set up in my hand, so I'm at this point looking at going Star Alliance the next turn. Stealth mode is a great player control card, so looking forward to using that. If I can keep the Kirby on the board, I'm extra happy because I get to use either Failing Strike or the Ancient Power, but probably the Failing Strike is pretty good here. Strider's taking a little time here thinking through their options. And I have the candle unit on the board, so that is just a big problem. And they decided to go with Quintrino Flex, probably in large part because of the because of the candle unit on the board. And then they drop out a Helmsman Spears with a Light of the Archons and a Quadricorder on it. That's bad news. Because that's now a 4-power Helmsman Spears with 2 armor. Tacking Impulse does exhaust it, so that I have at least that going for me. But I really would like it to be dead, and I'm bummed that it's still alive here. So, and I have no way. I had no way to kill it right away. So I was a little stuck there. But I am threatening E1 with 6 amber. Oh no, I'm not, because Quadricorder. So yeah, so that Quadricorder is really going to get to a problem. They drop the Medic Ingram. They're going to ward they ward the Ingram, but I still don't have enough stuff to be able to kill the Spears unless I double hit it with Failing Strike. Yeah, I think I have to do that. I think I do that. Yeah. And this is like this is one of the things about adaptive is if you have the better deck, you know the deck, you know what it's weak. So I just decided I couldn't let the Voltron happen. It wasn't something I could. Ancient Power wards the Chan. Garda's a thing. And at this point, he doesn't have a lot of amber, but I'm looking at my logo setup here. And I'm thinking, I could Igor, maybe I get a Tau Tau. I can archive the Exile. Archiving the Exile with the Crassosaurus is really good. So if I can save those up for a good future turn, I'll be really happy. There are things I would like to Mimic Gel, but they're not happening. I think he's killing my stuff. So I could Mimic Gel one of his creatures or can. But if I remember right, I opt for speed here and just go with Mimic Gelling the Igor just to filter more cards. Yeah, the Saurian turn isn't good. I could use the Chan, but it's not a good Chan turn. I mean, play Cloaking Dongle, reap or fight something. It's just not worth it. So the Logos turn really does make sense here. Igor. Oh wow, I have to keep the Imperial Forge because Imperial Forge with Crassosaurus is going to be such a great combo. I was so worried about him getting it in the first game that then me getting it here is just a little pass up, even though other good. I think this is when I really decided I need to copy the Igor. And notice, even as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, how do I protect against mini groupthink tank? Because that's a real thing. Here we have Tribute is such a great card too, so it's very tempting. But I also believe that Archive game is pretty strong. Setting up for just insane Saurian turn is more important even than the Tribute. Tribute is so good, but the Kowtow Vapors is really what I have to do. So Kowtow, we draw our third Tau, so that means I can archive Imperial Forge and then the Exile as well. We hold the Shrix. Look, I drew into my second Candle unit. And again, this is a situation where he needs to deal with that Candle unit, or he's just going to be more cards. And what ends up happening here, and I can't really argue, because I think at this point, look, I'm threatening Q1 with 8 amber. He doesn't have a way to stop me, and I think he's just thinking, ugh, I need to race. I think that's probably what went through Strider's head. I don't know for sure. Countersuit gets on Ink. That's going to be frustrating. Captures one with the frame when it reaps, but I don't think that off of this turn what's on the board. Answer, the only thing in Starlines here that would hold me off would be frame, which we already see, or quadricorder, which is already in the pile. The Strider does go to 7 here, so that puts me in a risky situation. However, now look, I could do a crazy Saurian turn right now. I could, well, I guess yeah, it'd be hard to get enough to make Crasso not purge itself, but the Rhetor actually gives me a chance to hold him off. And the thing here, the trick here, that by making the keys cost 9, he'll take his turn, and he's going to be really tempted to. He's going to be really tempted to reap or kill that Shrix. Killing the Shrix is really good. I wish I could have actually been threatening to forge here. It would have been better. But if he decides to kill the Shrix, then that's Amber that I can put on the Crassosaurus. So even if he goes over 10, that's okay. I really want him to get to 10. Left with only now he has a warded Gray, a warded Ingram with a countersuit on it, and a Morpheus. So that's a pretty formidable Star Alliance. But I think at this point it's out of Star Alliance cards. So faced with either use what's on the board, deck, or play cards. And I think, faced with that choice, it's really hard. But if you're trying to, if you feel jammed, better to. He does go Star Alliance, fight, and Rhetor Gallum, so it can't do its thing again. Rewards the from reaps with Gray, giving me a card. That's what's going to start to hurt. He gets to archive one of his cards though. Oh, and he did attach Calvin to Gray, so got to draw a card too. So he's filtering through his deck there. He gave me a draw, but he's filtering through the deck, which is really good for him. And he decides not to reap with the Morpheus. I think he's thinking I have to have Crassosaurus. In fact, I think I flipped the deck, so he knew I had to have Crassosaurus. Well, I reap with the Shrix, exalt it, play the Crassosaurus, capturing 8 of his, and I have to capture 2 of my own. But then the Imperial Forge actually forges for free. It forges for 0 amber. So I can't even spend off the Shrix, which is what I would like to do. So I started to be confused and then realized, oh, I forged for 0, which I guess is a good deal. And then I exile the Crassosaurus. But really, if I had realized, I would have done this before I reaped with the Shrix, so that I would be forced to send 2 off of it. At this point, he's going to get to kill the Shrix. I am threatening key 3, but he can kill the Shrix, and then he gets that 3 amber back. But it's going to be rough because he's down to 0 amber with a Crassosaurus on his side with 10 amber on it. He does put a Legionary in front of it and ward it, and because of the Morpheus, he gets Legionary too. So he is protecting that Crassosaurus now. Uses Phalanx Strike. At this point, you probably exalt the Crassosaurus. He exalted he exalted Legionary. But you maybe just exalt the Crassosaurus, because at this point, if I get the Crassosaurus, game over. And then use a City-State Interest, capture the rest of my amber. So now he's on 5 with no keys, but I'm on 0. I have 2 keys, but I'm on 0. So that's actually good for him. I go Logos. I have a big Logos board, so I use the Twin Bolt Emissions to pop the wards on the Ingram and the Crassosaurus. Kill the Ingram so he can't just keep warding. Use the Candle Unit and then ward it with the Hologramophone, and then reap. Play the Hapsis Um, and yeah, that gives me a very large logos board, getting close to where I can try to kill that Crassosaurus, but it is going to be hard to kill. Um, but he and I are now both at 5 amber with me having 2 keys. So I'm feeling pretty good here. I'm way ahead, even if you don't count the fact that he has 16 amber on his creature. It's really hard here because I can just say, like, getting that combo early on and getting to pop it off is game made the game go my way. Could I have won without that? Probably, but it would have been a lot iffier, and yeah, it just would have been a lot more questionable. And the way this went, just pretty devastating. Flat combo off. Um, Now he kills my stuff. Candle dead now. And then Neutron Shark is killing my stuff. I think I end this turn with nothing on the board. Maybe. Oh no, leaves the hologramophone. But I have a hologramophone on the board and 6 Star Alliance cards in my hand. There's a bug here. Neutron Shark tried to trigger again, which it can't at this point because Shark isn't on the board, so it can't trigger. That's not how that works. That's a bug. That's okay though. We talked about it. We figured it out. If you ever find yourself in that situation, you should feel free to think about it for a second, or in a tournament situation, call a judge. But I knew what the right answer was, so we just went for it. A huge bummer here because I have red alert, and he has 5 creatures. If he had a 6th creature, the red alert would kill the Crassosaurus. But as it is, it'll just have to do a bunch of work, but not finish things off. Tachyon Pulse destroys the Golden Spiral and exhausts the gray. Walls is really good here. I put the blaster on the walls because that way, in a future turn, I could attach it to the. That was it. So I end that turn on 10 amber. He forges his first key, and then concede. Yeah, this really was a case. I got the combos. I was able to put them in my archives, and yeah, I totally thought that was going to happen for him first game. Didn't happen. I got it. That's card games. That's how that works sometimes. So very good game, Strider. Thanks for the match. That's it.